What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Getting right into it, I want to discuss next Saturday's UFC Fight Night main event between Curtis Blaydes and Chris Daukaus in the UFC heavyweight division. Very exciting. I mean, we got Curtis Blaydes coming off a win against Jairzinho Rozenstruik after he had that devastating knockout loss to Derek Lewis, right? So now he's back on the win column, and he's looking to further that success again, keep his momentum going as he's number 4 in the heavyweight division. You know, the few times he's been pushed towards that number 1 contender spot, he has come out on the bottom end against Francis Ngannou twice and Derek Lewis once. Those are his only losses in his career, and I think that should be noted in this video. The guys who have put him out have had to literally put him out cold. Curtis Blaydes is not scared to make this a dogfight. In the fights that he has won and has made dirty, he can get it done. You know, he showed it against Alexander Volkov. He was getting pieced up on the feet. He had to change the game, and that's what he did. He used his very, very high-level fight IQ, took the fight to the ground, made it dirty, and squeaked out a victory. He did the same thing against Rozenstruik. He doesn't make the fight pretty, does not make the fight entertaining. He does what he has to do to get the win, and he's had to do that because the guys where he has almost taken those risks against, Francis Ngannou, you know, and Derek Lewis caught him with that monstrous uppercut, but he's been put out. So he has to use his high fight IQ in that heavyweight division. I think he has the most takedowns ever for a UFC heavyweight fighter. He has to use that. Why not use that if you have that in your back pocket? You know, when you're fighting these guys who are so dangerous on the feet, and in the heavyweight division, that's all it takes is one punch. He's got to do it. So he's got to use all of his tool set. That's what he is. He's a two-way guy. He's phenomenal wrestling and phenomenal striking. You know, he was able to put Junior out on the feet. He was able to take Alistair Overeem out on the ground with elbows. So moving forward, that's where Chris Daukaus has to be aware, right? He has to keep his distance, use his jabs, use his uppercuts in a similar way that Derek Lewis utilized against Curtis Blaydes. But Chris Daukaus only has one decision in his entire career. All knockouts or submissions, win or lose. I think he's 12-4. All of his losses have been by either KO or submission. His only decision was a victory, and I think that's really worth noting. He's not scared to put himself in the fire to come out with the victory or with the loss. You know, his fight against Derek Lewis, he was not scared of Derek's power, and that ended with his detriment. He did have a really, really, really nice early run. He passed his early prospect test against guys like Parker Porter, Shamil Abdurakhimov, who else was that? Alexei Oleinik. Very, very nice victories. I think 2 of those were first-round stoppages. The guy looks really, really good, but against his first elite test against a guy like Derek Lewis, he came on the bottom end. So it's really interesting to see what he will have to offer against number 4 after he lost to number 1. You know, they really gave him that opportunity to get that title shot after his I think he's had 4 or 5 fights in the last year and a half, 2 years in the UFC. So the rise of Chris Daukaus has been fast, and it's been very extraordinary, you know? He's now training MMA full-time. He's no longer a police officer. So he's doing his MMA shit now full-time. So it's really interesting to see what he's been able to put together in these last couple years. I don't think this is going to be the end of Chris Daukaus. I don't think he's going to come out with the victory here. That being said, I think Curtis Blaydes does pull off this victory. I think he's going to use his experience, his veteran savvy to get the fight to the ground. I don't think Chris's jabs, I don't think his striking ability is going to be able to keep Curtis at bay. He's going to have to put Curtis out, and he's going to have to put Curtis out quickly to win this fight. And Curtis is not scared to make this dirty. So that being said, I think Curtis is going to get this victory. Even though I don't think Chris Slouchy does have a chance, he does have a puncher's chance, especially in the heavyweight division, he can get it done. But I just don't think that his striking or his wrestling defense is going to be able to stop the pressure and just the constant takedowns. I mean, you got Curtis Blaydes, who's the best wrestler in the heavyweight history. You know, at least, you know, like in MMA wrestling, you know, you have DC and whatnot, but you have Curtis Blaydes, who has the most takedowns in UFC history as a heavyweight. This is a very exciting matchup, guys, and I'm really excited to see what happens. You know, I got Curtis Blaydes, but tell me what you guys think. If you guys disagree, tell me in the comment sections. I'd love to hear about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mr. Mustache MMA News out. Thank you, guys.